No reason. Shalom, shalom. Again, I wait for a few people to get on. Like right when I was getting in my, coming back to my car, something that just jumped on my spirit, man. I didn't, I just hit my spirit, so I had to just talk about it. If y'all can see that, it is officially 107. It is 107 outside. Oh my, mighty, excuse me, mighty, my. 107. I mean, I've seen it get like this before, but man, I think, and that's what I want to talk about. It's funny that I'm using this, but last time I seen temperatures like that, which it gets that hot out here in California, but when I was out in Arizona visiting my mom, right? That's the last time I seen temperatures like that. And then just to confirm it, look, the dash, hey, car don't lie. Look, 107, 107, 107 degrees. You got some people got rain. So what I wanted to talk about, just briefly, because I don't know if I can set this phone down and drive, because I don't want uh, any officers. I don't want to get have them see me holding the phone while I'm driving, because we don't want to give the devil any Esau or any reason to mess with us. That's what we don't want to do. I want to talk about like our parents and our mothers. Um, when I first came into this truth, uh, I would say like I said, the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, really. Uh, I get, I didn't, I was, and I'm still learning things, because you got brothers that have been in the truth since the 90s. I was born in 83, so in the 90s, I was a kid in the 90s. So you got brothers that have been in this truth since the 90s, yeah, the 90s. So I'm still learning things. And again, this just jumped on my spirit quickly, like as I was walking to my car. This is just, hey, Shalom, Brother Hawashai. How about Shimmy Hawashai? Barakatham and Barakatah to you, your household. So this just hopped on my spirit as I was leaving this place here, leaving this place here. And I didn't talk about it on the last lesson I just did, because it's just in my spirit. And it's 107. Man, look at this. Yep, that your eyes are not deceiving you. 107. Hey, I said it earlier. My mom is out here. She's in California visiting, and hey, when I get off this, I'm gonna have to call her and ask her why she brought that Arizona heat with her. Now it gets hot in California. We get triple digits. We've gotten up to the 110 before. It's not very common. We'll get 100, 101. But when we start getting to the 107, I mean it's real. There ain't no mistake. There it is right there on the dashboard too. 107, 107. But I wanted to talk about and I don't have a phone holder, or I would set my phone down. I don't have one of those things. Like, I don't want to drive around holding it in my hand and give Esau a reason to pull me over and give me a ticket for being on my phone. So like, I know that a lot of people, because a lot of out of my entire family, it's me, my uncle, which would be my mom's brother, and then of course my mother. We're the only three who got the call who were in this truth, right? And I understand, like, I understood it before, but now I lay it to heart even more, Oh, you said Kamalak. I'm here in the desert, Coachella Valley. You get. Oh, I already know, man. I used to live in I used to live in the IE, out in the Inland Empire, man, and which is, it got hot out there, but there's a place. If you know, if you I don't know if you heard of Blythe. It's a place called Blythe, man. Oh man, it used to get hot, and then I used to date this chick. She was a Issachar and Judite chick, mixed chick, and she used to stay in Hesperia or Victorville, Barstow. Man, it used to get hot out there. But it's crazy because in the wintertime sometimes they would get snow, because Victorville, because I stayed like Riverside, Inland Empire, Victorville's the elevation was higher. So, but I already know Coachella Valley, man. That's the pure desert, man. That's, whew, yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy because when I left here, when I ended my the last lesson, I hopped in here and my eyes didn't believe it. I'm like, wait, 107? I'm thinking like when I pulled in, I got here. When I got here, I sat right there, in that shade. It was like it was already 99 or 100. So I'm thinking, all right, that's gonna be the cap out. Like it ain't gonna go no higher, right? It's not gonna go any higher than that. But apparently the Most High had different plans, cause it's 107. But so what was on my spirit was to talk about, man. Like I guess like us, like me. I know a lot of other Akims mothers are not in the truth, and they had to cut them, like kind of disconnect themselves from their moms, right? They had to disconnect themselves from their parents, and I just was getting in the car, and it all ties in together, um, because my mom is out here visiting, right? My mom's out here visiting, and it's crazy because my grandma, so which would be my mom's mom, right? She's not in the truth, right? My grandma is a Gadite, and she's not in the truth. She's stuck in the Christianity, and but it's just crazy how, like, man, you don't it, like the Yahweh. He before the earth was formed, he already knew he already selected his remnant and his elect. And then, like, so, like what kind of hit my spirit, because you gotta always be glad I'm always glad when I have a chance to see my mom. We live so far apart. She's in Arizona, I'm in California. So I can't just, some brothers can drive, up the hill or down the hill and go see their mom. I can't do that. I could FaceTime, but I can't physically see her, spend time. So whenever she's here, I'm glad. But I'm super grateful that I got a mom. Like right now, if she was here, I would put her on camera, and you would see her head covered, and she would have on a dress. Right now, right now, if she was here, she's actually being taught. She went to go see her mom, so she can learn how to sew. She wants so that way she can start sewing. She don't have to pay anybody to put fringes on her. She was telling me she never got taught how to sew, so my grandma, her mom, is showing her how she went and bought a sewing machine while she was out here, and she's being, I guess my grandma is showing her how to sew. So she's learning how to sew right now, so she can sew her own fringes onto her dresses, and her women apparel, her modest apparel, right? And I'm like, also I'm thinking, like, oh, that's a good thing because I actually need a garment. Like I was, I want a fresh, like a brand new garment. I seen a couple on people that make them on Instagram, and I was given a link to a lady that makes them out in Georgia. But I don't know. I hit the lady up, and Was ready to purchase right there to send her the money, and she never replied back. So if any of you Akim or Aqua that will watch this later or tune in, if you can just put a link in the chat to like the Instagram page of who has garments, um, so I can order me a garment. But nonetheless, moreover, to get back to what I was saying is, like, if she was here now, and I'm so grateful that I got a mom that's in the truth, knowing that my mother is not, that she's woken up, she's not, in that sleep. But I also have to now consider other Akim and other brothers who have moms. Now, my father, the Lord required of His Spirit like a little over 7 years ago. So my dad is he's back in the spirit realm for Yahweh. But my mom, hey, man, she's in the truth and all praises. But I have to lay to heart too that I laid it to heart, and I understand like a lot of brothers, it's very rare, and I didn't know how rare though. I didn't know how rare, because typically you don't find that. You don't like usually. I'm not gonna say anybody's name because we use discretion. We don't put anybody. If somebody tells you something, that's for they're telling you, not for you to tell the world. But I can say this: some brothers, like their whole family. I've heard stories where their whole family disowned them after they found out that when they found out when they were that they their whole family disowned them for being in this truth. How do and it just makes me like, well, how do you disown somebody like, and then we have to also not disown, because I have cousins, I have aunties, I have uncles. I've showed them scriptures. My uncle, so again, I told you it's me, my mother, and my uncle, and you could say my stepdad, who was my mom's husband. But he got that's I don't know, that's a different that's a different thing. He's in the truth. I don't want to say he's doing it for my mom, but he's a smart man though. He's a smart man, and he knows he knows the truth. He knows that Yahweh Shai ain't no white man, no damn Esau. No, he knows. He's a smart man, right? And as crazy as my stepdad, his name is, you'll never believe. You'll never believe me, but I wouldn't lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna. I say this before Yahweh listening to me. My stepdad's name is Booker T. Washington. Booker Talifaro Washington. My mom is Judy Washington. Yeah, my stepdad's name is Booker T. Washington, right? So, anyways, I was just laying the heart that, man, a lot of brothers, their moms, man, like, and I know, I just try to imagine that, put myself in their shoes of brothers that not lost it, but where they, it's hard to have interactions with their moms, or to be around their moms or parents, because their parents might think they're in a cult, or parents think that we have hate, or we're just lost, or we're on or whatever it might be. The most common thing is, oh, you guys are on some kind of cult. Oh no, Yahweh Shai, or they don't say Yahweh Shai, they say, Jesus loves everybody. That's the most common thing we get from like them. Because the rest of my family, they're not in this truth. Cousins, uncles, other than my one uncle, my mom's brother, everybody else, my brother on my dad's side, everybody, man, just lost in the sauce. Lost. So I just, as I was walking to my car, as you see, I'm sitting here right now, AC blasting because it's 107 degrees. Oh my goodness! Again, it hit me. It hit me. I was just like, man, you know what? We have to remember. I gotta, there's a lot of brothers who They didn't lose their mom still living, but they're spiritually dead. And that's my, and I'm thinking about my mom right now. She's in a different part of town right now, visiting her mom, who is spiritually, but she's sweetest lady you'll ever meet. Sweetest lady. But she's the sweetest lady under under Esau. Like, not, you know what I mean, Jesus Christ. That she don't know. That's, she can't get it. But the sweetest lady that you could ever meet. Just like I'm sure all of you grandmas are. And all of your mothers are. The sweetest ladies. But they just don't, they don't get it. So I guess I didn't know how rare of a thing it was when his brother was telling me, like, man, it's very rare that another brother in the faith meets or knows another brother whose mom is actually in the truth. Because you have some where they like halfway in the truth, they still wearing pants, they're still wearing, eating abominable. No. Mom's is 100% in this truth, man. Like, I remember when she wasn't. She used to love BLT, bacon lettuce, what they call it, bacon lettuce and tomato sandwiches. Hey, she used to love that in the morning. Shoot, she used to make it for us when we was kids. I remember being a kid with me and my youngest sister. But no, all that, no. Man, her head is covered as we speak right now. I don't even know where she's at. Well, I know where she's at now, but she's being taught how to sew right now at her mom's house. But her head's covered, and she's got on a modest apparel. She's got on a dress with her fringes on the bottom. And she have the same thing on tomorrow. Same, different thing, but the same thing, head covered. So fully, no abominable food, keeps the Sabbath, all of that. So I didn't understand how rare that of a thing that is, but I had always known as a kid, even myself, that I didn't fit in with this world. That I felt like somebody was always looking on me, watching over me and watching me. Always different. Like I never fit in. From whether somebody was throwing a house party, a party, if I would go, I would just leave. I did not fit in. Yeah, I could dance and all of that stuff, but I would do it. I wouldn't feel right. It was like I was going against the grain, even when I wasn't going against the grain. But now, come full circle, it all makes sense though. Now, I mean, I understand, because this is why, many are called, few are chosen, of course, each now. Again, I don't know. I'm walking in the hopes that I'm of the elect in the remnant. Because scriptures say not to call yourself. Don't say that but I'm rehearse the righteous acts. Give diligence to make your election and calling sure, right? Meaning that a very big sign, a tall tale sign that you are, is that you're gonna repent and come out of the world, come out of her. I'm talking about back this place here, this wicked place, right? This place is about to be destroyed, this desolate. You see cars now, but ain't gonna be none of this. Ain't gonna be none of that stuff. People gonna be out looking like the Walking Dead. To repent, to come out of her. Start wearing your fringes. Start put down the pork. Put down shrimp. You can have fish, but it needs to have fins and scales. Right? Put down the black and milds. Put down the weed. Put down the pills. Put down all of that. Come back. Come back to your first love, whom you have forgotten. So, as I was leaving the spot, like I said, that I just brought my last lesson out at, which is, I don't know why when I do a lesson and when I end this right here, it puts a lock on it. I have to end up going in, unlocking it, and then having it private. I don't know why it does that, but anyways, I had to consider consider, man. And shalom to the brother. Hey, hold on, no, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right, man. Shalom to the shalom to the brother. You know it's weird because you still have you have the that name in there, but so shalom to the brother Shagabashana. See, that's what I think. That's what throws people off when they say it because they start with the brother and then if you when you got the angel Padilla in there, they're already in an English stance. Where I'm already so if I say brother Angel Padilla, now my brain has to go into Hebrew, which is Shabbat Shana, right? So if it was just brother Shabbat Shana, like that's simple. But anyways, man, Shalom to you, Shabbat Shana. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, and Barakatah to you and your household. So yeah, I just hopped back on here to, I was just thinking about that because my mother is in town, and my mom's is in town, and I didn't know how rare it was. I didn't know how rare that it was to have, two brothers told me like, yeah, man, that's extremely rare. Now I'm sure I know I'm not the only one. I just haven't met anybody else that where their moms in the truth as well, because I'm sure it might be somebody that's the opposite, where they're in the truth and their dad is in the truth, but their mom's not. Or it might be somebody where they're in the truth and their mom and dad is in the truth. Now I ain't seen that one yet. I'm sure it's out there. It's a big world, right? Israel is scattered to the four corners of the earth, So, hey, that will be your pa to see. Hey, but that's what the kingdom's gonna be about, because it's gonna be nothing but Israelites, all of us, man. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be beautiful, man. Righteousness. No more sickness, no more coughing, no more death, no more tears, no more I'm tired, no more sleeping, because we know we get tired now. Sleep is a biological necessity. It ain't gonna be biological in the kingdom. So sleep is gonna be a pleasure in the kingdom, and it ain't even gonna be probably called sleep. Which is like resting. Who knows? Like, right? Resting might be like having sex. Might feel like having sex. Just laying down on top of having wives. I don't know. Hey, we don't know. We know it's that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, right? So we don't know how it's going to be, man. So we just know that it's going to be paradise. Forever paradise, man. But yeah, so that was on my spirit, man. Was like, man, I'm really glad that uh, uh, well, I mean, not glad. I ate the water. How about Shem Yahushai? That's just how it was written to be. But I had to like consider, like, dang, other brothers. Like I was like, I guess we continue to throw up prayers, for the other brothers, that it like for. And I know I do. I throw up prayers for brothers all the time for whatever it might be, Water, man. It's even with this AC on, which is fine, but gotta stay hydrated. So, yeah, man, I throw up prayers for brothers. You got like brothers that might have like a lot of baby mamas, right? And that could be hell, man. You got to deal with a whole lot of baby mamas, and you trying to stay steadfast, keeping your mind stayed upon Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and you have to deal with you got to deal with Eve nagging in your ear. Like, I understand that. Now, cause I got a son, mind you, my son is 16, right? He was born 9/18/2007, right? So my son is 16, and me and his mom, when he was like 4 or 5, You know, we went our different ways, but we're copacetic. We're like beyond that. We ain't on terms where I'm going and we're still sleeping together, because that's what creates problems right there. Like none of that. We just raise our son. That's it. We raise our son, and I asked, hey, how you doing? Are you doing good? Are you surviving? Make sure. I've given her this truth. I'll let her know. I've told her before when they announced the I can't say it because they'll kick me off, but the snake bite. I told her about that. I put her on game and let her know. Now whether she hears or forbears, that's to be seen. But as far as my household, hey, the scripture says, "Bring ye up a child in the way he should go, and when he is older, he won't forget it, and not depart from it." My son, hey, if I were to, call my son right now, he's gonna, hey, you're gonna say, "Hey, Shalom, Dad." Like he knows. Hey, Friday comes, sundown, we in the house. We keeping the Sabbath. We don't buy, we don't sell, we don't cook. So I'm bringing him up in the way I wasn't brought up. I was brought up under Christianity, Church of God in Christ. That's what they, Kojic, denomination, all of that madness. But I'm bringing him up in a way in which he should go. He knows who he is. He can tell you about all the tribes. He knows the tribes. He can tell you, who Esau is. He knows the curses. He knows about our forefathers and the covenant that he broke. I wish I knew that at 16. I know some of you brothers wish you knew that at 16 years old too, right? He knows that at 16 because he's at the age, he's past the age of accountability, right? But I brought him up in the way that he should go. I've got to be a father to our kids, right? So I get it to some of the other Akim that might have multiple kids, multiple baby mamas or whatever. Man, I'm praying for you brothers, man, that you brothers will continue to stand firm, and that the Lord will keep it to where, will make it to where, it's not a burden on you brothers, so you can continue to do the work, continue to pray without having things on your mind, and that, because, the Lord has assigned prayer warriors. That's one of the things in one of my lessons, in that 1 Corinthians 12:4 talks about the different gifts. Everybody, some have multiple gifts. One of those gifts is the gifts of healing, prayer, discernment. You got prayer warriors within the faith, man. Right? So that's one thing I'm doing, is I pray for you brothers, that the Lord will take out the any tension in me, that any of you Akim, or even you sisters that are in the faith, you Aquafium, you Aquaf, that might have your sons or your daughter's father is not in the truth. Praying that praying for you sisters as well. Throwing up prayers, for you sisters as well. So that's all, man. Like I said, I did my lesson earlier, over there, and as I was coming back to my car, man, and I was getting in to this oven. If I would have known that it was gonna be 107, I would have went on my phone. Anyways, I would have went on my phone and put in start the car in 15 minutes, so the car would have been cooled off when I got in here. But it's all good because it's nice and cool now. But as I was coming back to the car, that just jumped on my spirit, man. Like, it just like, hey, bring this out. Somebody needs to hear this, because I have my mother in this truth, and a lot of brothers have not lost, but their parents, just they're not and you know what, and don't lose the hope or the faith that because a lot of people are going to come in at the last hour. Now A lot of you might say, well, we are at the, we are at the, this is the last hour, and man, I don't know how much more, how much more they need to see. Hey, well, we can't, we're not Yahweh. We are gods, as the Bible tells us, but we're not Yahweh. We're not the Most High, and we're not Yahweh Shai, right? Only Yahweh knows, right? So they can come in literally. A lot of people are. They're gonna come in when there's one piece of sand coming down from the hour left in the hourglass. Like if it's 11:59 right now, so it's 60 seconds in a minute. Last time I checked, unless Esau went and changed that, like they do everything, but 60 seconds, right? Some are gonna come in, with 10 seconds left, man. That could be some of your loved ones. It could be your, I don't want to say baby mama. I hate those terms, or baby daddy or whatever. It could be your son's mother, or your father's, or your daughter, whatever. It could be your kid's father or your kid's mother. I'll say that. It could be your mom, or it could be your pops, or it could be your cousin. I'm hoping my cousin, my grandma. I'm hoping that my aunties. I'm hoping that man, they come. It could be today. It could be by the time that, let me see, it's it's almost 10 till. It's almost 5 o'clock on the West Coast, right? Right. So, hey, by the time the day's over, so that means it's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Hey, by the time it's 12 o'clock for both of us, man, our people that are not in the faith could call us up and say, man, you know what? I had a dream last night. They could hit us. They could come with the Martin Luther, but the real dream, I had a vision, and everything you've been saying is right. I see now. What do I need to do? I hear you now, man. We've been lied to. So don't give up on them. Man, Yahweh Shai never gave up on us, and so that's really what the message was one. I didn't really know how rare that was, until I heard some stories from the other Akim. They told me stories, man, about how they whole family just stopped talking to them. I'm just like, man, that's gotta be tough, or even the elder, again, he's told me some stories, and I was like, yeah, that's gotta be a hard thing, When the brothers tell me they've already kind of disconnected their heart from their moms. Now they'll still go see them and speak and go eat with their mom because it's your mom, But they just kind of understand that, hey, well, you know what? When they come back in the kingdom, they're gonna be righteous, or their dad. When they come back in the kingdom, they're gonna be righteous. So that was just something real quick. This wasn't anything that I planned on going into, but through the Spirit, so the Lord just had me to go back live and to talk about this. So just hope this was edifying. Comforting and exhorting to whoever this was meant to be for. I hope to, again, I'm throwing up prayers for you and your family and your loved ones, the ones that have not heed to the calling and not come back to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, and the ones that are dealing with anything because there's somebody out there that's dealing with, somebody's dealing heavily with the stress between dealing with having to work, and then also having to, when they get done with work, have to go deal with their baby mama, Eve, in their darn ear, making it hard for them. Throwing up prayers for you. The Lord will smooth that out. So with that, again, I'm already facing in the east, so I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, right? Barakatah Yahweh and Barakatah Yahweh Shai, right? Above all, DTA is always deaf to America, Kwam Yashala, rise up, O ye Israel, right? And again, I just hope this reaches to whom it was meant to reach. To continue to stand firmly, even with your loved ones that don't get it. That whether it be your mom or your kid's mom or your it's you Aquaf or your kid's father, throwing up prayers because the Yahweh the Lord has set up prayer warriors. He set up prayer warriors, right? Is a parts of fruits of the gifts of the spirits, right? So just continue to stand, and I don't take for granted 1 second that I have a mom that's in the truth, wholeheartedly, a daughter of Sarah, a true daughter of Sarah, in the truth. So with that, shalom to the remnant, shalom to the elect. Until next time, shalom.